Meet Emily, a hardworking woman like many of us, struggling to balance her career, personal life, and goals. She had big dreams, but couldn't seem to get anything done. Every morning, she made a list of tasks, but by the end of the day, none of them were checked off. Instead, she found herself scrolling through her phone, distracted and feeling more guilty by the minute.
I want to make progress, but no matter what I do, I always find myself doing something else. I end the day exhausted, but I've achieved nothing.
That's when Emily decided to seek help. She turned to her mentor, Sarah, an experienced coach who had guided countless people through their struggles with procrastination.
Emily, procrastination isn't about laziness. It's about fear, distractions, and a lack of clarity. Let's start small and break this down.
Sarah introduced Emily to the focus formula, a powerful tool to beat procrastination and regain control. And here's the secret: it's not about doing more, but doing what matters.
Emily, the focus method stands for find your purpose, organize your tasks, cut distractions, understand your triggers, and start small.
Let's break down each step of the focus method and see how Emily applied it in her life. Sarah began by asking Emily to identify her why. Why did she want to get things done? What would success look like for her?
I want to finish my projects at work, not just to meet deadlines, but because I want to grow. I want to be proud of what I do.
That's your purpose. When you're clear on why you're doing something, it's easier to stay motivated.
Next, Sarah had Emily break down her overwhelming to-do list into smaller, more manageable tasks.
Don't try to do everything at once, Emily. Prioritize. Pick just 3 things to focus on each day and start with the most important.
Emily's biggest challenge was staying focused, especially with her phone constantly pulling her away from work.
It's like every time I sit down to work, I find myself on social media without even realizing it.
That's where cutting distractions comes in. Use tools like app blockers or set specific times to check your phone. Create an environment that supports focus, not chaos.
Sarah then helped Emily identify the emotional triggers that led to procrastination, stress, fear of failure, and even perfectionism.
I think I put off tasks because I'm afraid they won't turn out perfect, so I avoid starting.
Perfectionism is the enemy of progress. Start with imperfect action. You'll refine it along the way.
Within weeks, Emily felt the shift. She wasn't perfect, but she was making progress. She was getting things done. And more importantly, she was finally feeling proud of herself.
I've learned that progress doesn't happen overnight, but every small step counts. I'm no longer afraid to start.
And just like Emily, you too can take control of your time and beat procrastination. The focus method gives you the tools to succeed, one step at a time. Now, we want to hear from you. What's your biggest distraction? Leave a comment below and let's start a conversation on how we can all apply the focus method. And remember, if you found this video helpful, give it a like, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe for more practical life lessons. To go deeper into the subject, check out these 2 books. Atomic Habits by James Clear, an excellent guide on building habits through small, incremental changes. Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy, a classic when it comes to overcoming procrastination and tackling your most important tasks first. And speaking of procrastination, I struggled with it too, just like Emily. But once I started applying the focus method, I found that small, consistent actions really do add up. I'm here to tell you that if I can do it, so can you. Before we wrap up, let's recap the focus method. Find your purpose, know your why, organize your tasks, don't overwhelm yourself, cut distractions, control your environment, understand your triggers, know what holds you back, start small. Any progress is better than none. Remember, success doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing what matters.